Hello, and welcome to Wednesday's Math. I am here with my whiteboard that my wonderful daughter helped me to decorate, and we are going to get started on our math right now. So remember, in previous weeks there were math assessments. If those aren't done, maybe double check. I will be sending you messages this week looking for them. If they are done, awesome, continue with today. If they aren't done, please check and make sure that you can get them into me, okay? So happy Wednesday. Let's get started with some wonderful math. All right, let's start with Wednesday. Now the first question asks, how many faces does a cube have? And I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue here. How many sides does a dice have? Because a die is a cube. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 sides to a cube. Are these shapes similar or congruent? So congruent means they are the same, but these are not congruent. This one's smaller than that one. They are similar. How many inside obtuse angles does a pentagon have? Now, an obtuse angle is an angle that is more than 90 degrees, and a pentagon Now, I'm not very good at drawing a pentagon. I like to do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They actually, every single angle in a pentagon is obtuse. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is a tiny pentagon. I apologize. I'm going to zoom in. All right, number 4. What 3D figure can be made with these pieces? So I would like you to think about it. What 3D figure could I make using these pieces if I was to put them all together? I'm going to put all 4 of these things together and put a square on the bottom. It's really hard for me to draw this, but it is a square-based pyramid. Square-based pyramid. Square-based pyramid. All right. Pyramid. Now, draw a pair of congruent shapes. I'm going to leave this up to you. Congruent means they are the same. Okay, if something is congruent, it means that think of it as matching. Congruent. All right, now we have some fractions questions today. And for this, I don't know that I have all of the right colors, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do the first 3, and then I'm gonna let you do the last 3 yourself, because I know you can. So fractions can either be expressed as part of one whole or part of a set. So the crayons are part of a set, and the piece cut up into pieces is part of one whole. So shade 1/4 yellow. So I shade 1/4 yellow. And then how many fourths are left? So I would count. I have 1/4 is yellow, and then there are 1, 2, 3 fourths left. So I'd write 3 fourths. How many fourths are there in all? 4 fourths. Write a fraction in number form to show what portion is yellow. Yellow is 1 out of 4. Okay, so we're going to go on to this one. It says shade 1/2 green. Do I have a green? Do I have a green? I do have a green. I have my favorite green pen. So I would shade 1/2 in green. 1/2 is green. How many halves are left? 1/2 is left. How many halves are there in all? There's 2 halves. And what fraction in number form shows the portion that's green? 1/2. That's all you're doing. So for those ones are pretty easy. Now there are ones that are part of a set. So this set, imagine that this set is the whole. So this is the whole, and it's sixths. So it says shade 4/6 orange. Now that I think is the color I might not have. Oh, I do have an orange pen, but it doesn't work. So I am going to shade mine. Just checking. I don't have orange, but I'm going to shade them in yellow again. So it's asking them to shade 4 of them. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4/6. How many are left? How many are not shaded? 1, 2. So 2 over 6, that's how you write 2/6. How many sixths are there in all? Well, there's 6 sixths. And write a fraction in number form to show which portion is orange. Well, I shaded in 4, so it's 4/6. So I'm going to you to work on the next 3 on your own. So you're going to follow the directions. This is to shade 2/4 blue, shade 1/3 yellow, shade 6/8 pink. Okay, that is what you're going to try, and you're going to follow the same thing I did here. You're going to do down there. Now, we're going to move on once you've done that. So pause the video, work on that. Then you're going to move on to numerators and denominators. So the numerator is the top number, the denominator is the bottom number. So it's just a fancy word, numerator and denominator. It says shade all of the pictures that have 3 as the numerator. So we have to look, the numerator is the top number. So let's write the numbers for these fractions. This is 1/3. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sevenths. This is 1/3. So 1 out of 3. This is 3 out of 4, 3/4. 2/3. And 3/5. So it's asking us to shade all of the pictures that have 3 as the numerator, as the top number. So we're going to go through and we're going to shade the ones that have 3 as the numerator. And this one has 3 as the numerator. So I would shade in the picture. Okay, this one does not. It has 1. This one has 1. This one has 3 as the numerator, so I could even just shade in the whole box. This one has 2 as the numerator, so I won't shade that one, but this one has 3, so I will shade in 3. Okay, now for this one, we're going to go through and we're going to name these fractions. We're going to write them in number form. Okay, so I start with this one. This one has a numerator of 2 and a denominator. It's out of 4 possible pieces. This one here has a numerator of 3. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 possible pieces. Okay, so again, the numerator is the top number, the denominator is the bottom number. This one has a numerator of 4 and a denominator of 2, 4, 6. This one has a numerator of 2 and a denominator, so you'd count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 6. This one has a numerator of 2 and a denominator of 4. This one has a numerator of 4 and a denominator of, so let's count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a denominator of 10. Now these are big words, don't stress. The question, now that we have labeled all of them, it says shade all of the pictures that have 4 as the denominator. So that is the bottom number. It represents, or it tells how many pieces there are all together. So we go, oh, this one's out of 4. This one's out of 4. This one's out of 6, so no 6, no 4s here, and nothing there. All right, so not so bad. Now it's asking me to, or it's asking you to write the numerator and the denominator for the fraction that is shaded. I'm gonna do the first 4 with you, and then I'm gonna ask you to try the last 4 on your own because I know you can do it. I know it. All right, so write the numerator and denominator for the fraction that is shaded. So I'm going to first count how many pieces all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 goes on the bottom. That's my denominator. It's the number that of all the total pieces, and there are 6 of those pieces shaded. So again, this is the number shaded. And this here is the total number of pieces. Okay, now it asks me to write the numerator and denominator for the fraction that is shaded. So again, I'm going to look here and I look, all right, my numerator and denominator. So I'll start with how many pieces all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 pieces all together. Now I'm going to zoom in a bit because I want you guys to see my tiny writing. I have 5 pieces all together, so that number goes on the bottom. That's the denominator. I have 1 piece shaded here. That's the numerator. So I have 1/5. Remember, this is the number shaded goes on the top. The total number altogether, including the one that's shaded, goes on the bottom. So the total available parts. Now for this one, it's parts of a set, but it's the same thing. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 pieces all together, so that number goes on the bottom. And the number shaded is 1, 2, 3. I have 3/6 shaded. So for parts of a set, I like to tell people to think of it as like your spelling test. You got 3 out of 6 right. Now, let's look here. I have how many pieces all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many are shaded? 7 are shaded. So it's 7/8. My numerator is 7. My denominator is 8. All right. Now you guys are going to go through on the last 4 and you are going to do your numerator and denominator for each of these. And I would love to see it. So send me a picture when you're done so I can see how you're doing. I would love to see your work. And if you send me a picture, I can correct it for you and let you know if you're on the right track with these last 4 here. All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you muchly. That is your math for today. You did it! Good job. All right, so remember there are optional extra practice things that you can do, such as Sum Dog, Reflex, Prodigy, Daily 10. I want everybody in grade 4 and grade 5 to be practicing those multiplication and division facts every math day if they can. You want to get quick grade 5s. You want to be ready for grade 6 with no hesitation. You should know your facts. Grade 4s, you want to be ready for grade 5. You should have no hesitation too, because when you start grade 5, we are going to have lots to do. And the fact review in grade 5 is not the same as the fact review in grade 4. You got way more time for it. So in grade 5 and grade 6, you should be starting the year ready to go, knowing your facts. Spend some time today working on those, okay? Have a fantastic day. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it. I will see you on Friday for more math.